We'd been listening to it for a whole year before that, because when we would practice and warm up, we would play the bolero, and it was 16, 17 minutes long, and that would be our warm-up. We'd stroke around the ice and skate before we started to actually practice. And so it was well within us. We'd listened to it for a year, and then when it came to what's next year's music in 1983 after the World Championships, after about an hour or so, one of us came up with the idea of bolero.
I think we chose bolero because we decided to be different again and not start with a fast piece of music and end with a fast piece. We suddenly, one of us, thought, why don't we start slowly and build? And of course, bolero came to mind.
The music could only be 3 minutes 50 or 4 minutes 10 seconds within that time frame. The problem is, bolero is 16 or 17 minutes long. So we found an arranger and asked him, could he cut it down to within that time frame? He went away and came back and said, all I can do is get it down to 4 minutes and 28 seconds.
We had to be creative. And in the rules of the competition, the stopwatch doesn't start until your blade hits the ice. And so that's why we ended up starting on our knees.
But our story was of these two romantic lovers. It's a little bit like Romeo and Juliet, where they couldn't be together. And so the only way that in their heads they could be together was in death. So we climbed the volcano and threw ourselves into the fiery inferno. All it is a story, and it's a story that enables us to put the emotion into the skate. So ladies and gentlemen, this is Bolero.